Thank you. Well, we'll call this meeting to order. And roll call is 5-0. Everyone's here. And first thing we have is Mr. Burrows on his information, superintendent evidence.
Well, I got a few comments before. You have my evidence for August for the standards. Also, you have my PGP, and I would just like to know if this approved for everybody on the board. Is it okay to use that, or need to do more? I didn't know how you want me to proceed, but I gave you my PGP. I think you had it, professional growth planning. You had it on Tuesday. And if you need anything else with it, you need comments, please do so at this time.
Okay, thank you.
I have a couple.
Fine on it myself. Any comments from anyone else?
No.
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 Thank you. I have a couple more things on here. I'm just going to let you know, it may be in the paper today, but we are as a district accepting donations of masks, following the First Lady's Brittany Bashir's Coverings for Kids initiative to bring in mask donations for each school district statewide. McLean County Public Schools has begun collecting mask donations at the district central office in Calhoun. The initiative, according to the press release from the Office of the First Lady, stated that the initiative is an effort to ensure all students and staff in the Kentucky schools have access to facial coverings as schools beginning to open. Beth Cunningham with the NCPS Family Resource Office said the district goal is to have at least 2,000 masks donated to provide coverings for 1,500 students and 400 staff members. And Ms. Cunningham said, we want to keep everyone safe. It's about kids, but it's also about the staff members as well. Just to let you know, a program the district's doing, working along with the Lieutenant Governor. And as for today's meeting, just kind of give a clarification. KHSAA did vote about sports and to take option 1, but kind of wait and see mode, because that is not an official vote. The vote officially for KHSAA has to be approved by 3 entities: Kentucky Department of Education, Public Health, and the governor. I'm going to watch the governor's message at 3 o'clock to the state, because this could get interesting, because I'm hearing through the grapevine that Governor Bashir is not a happy camper. So, well, we know we're supposed to start practice Monday, but one of the things I just want to say is it is a positive for practice, but also there could be a delay in this process if the governor or public health or KDE says they do not accept their option at this time. So we're still on hold till at least Monday is when first day of practice. So we should hear something shortly in a day or two if it's a go or not. That's all I have for right now, unless there are any questions by the board.
I'm good.
I'm good.
I am too, but how much is a mask?
It depends. I mean, is
Okay.
folks on here, or Mr. Troutman, could you explain how much we have bought a bunch of masks, and we hopefully CARES money or FEMA will help pay back for that. But give an example of what we spent.
I'll be glad to. Yes, we have received some masks from the free donation that somewhere from the Department of Education handed out, and then we bought some as well. And just as you alluded to, all those purchases on PPE, we're hoping to get reimbursed a portion of that money through FEMA. So I'm hoping I answered the question.
I know we ordered 1,000 earlier. Do you remember what we paid?
per mask, when you order in bulk like that, I think they were 35 cents a piece. I can go back and look at the invoice, but I'm thinking,
No, that's fine. I was just wondering how expensive they were.
I think it was around $350 or $400 per box of 1,000. But I'll go back here in just a second and look at that invoice. If that's incorrect, I'll clarify after the meeting with Ms.
That's probably about right. Whenever they came out in March, we bought some through the state, and they weren't as cheap as they were other places, I think, and they were $1 a piece. But then we've got paper sent out that they were like 50 cents a piece now if you buy them by the box. So that's probably pretty close.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks.
All right. If I guess we'll go down to approval of consent agenda, and if look over it. If you see anything on the consent agenda, we need to pull back out since we discussed all of this Tuesday. But if you're comfortable with it, well, we'll ask for a recommendation in a moment. If you want to look over it just a moment again, refresh yourself.
I'm fine.
Riggs is okay. Yeah,
I'm good.
All right. Hearing everyone's comfortable with it, Mr. Burrow, I need a recommendation.
I recommend that we approve the consent agenda.
Okay, approval for the consent agenda. Thank you. You hear a motion?
Your motion. Make
Mr.
the
Riggs?
motion. Yep.
Have a second?
Second, Ms. Sutton.
All right, Ms. Sutton, thank you very much. If there's no other discussion on it, then all signify by saying yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
No? Okay, 5-0, yeses have it. All right, next thing would be consider approval of bills. Mr. Stokes.
I'm available for any questions.
What were the floor lights at Calhoun, Sacramento, and Livermore that bought through Casey Mill, David? Or floor lights? So is it not floor? Is it fluorescent? Is it bulb?
Fluorescent lighting.
Okay, that's all right. That's all I need to know.
Yes, sir.
I'm good.
Me too.
All right,
I'm good.
all right, we're all good. Recommendation, Mr. Burrow?
I recommend that we pay the bills.
Pay the bills. All right, have a motion for that, please.
Motion.
All right, Mr. Howard, thank you. Second, Ms. Bumpus?
Yes.
Thank you. All right, all signify by saying yes.
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 Opposed? No? All right, moving right along. Approve McLean County Board of Education 2019 Clean Diesel Grant Memorandum of Agreement. And I think Mr. Troutman spoke to us about it the other day on it. If we need to do any more discussion, we can, or if everyone's good with it, we'll go ahead.
It's a $25,000 grant deduction we can use to purchase a new bus, and we'd like to recommend that we accept this grant memorandum agreement. That way, it's always nice to get $25,000 off on a bus. So we're looking to buy a bus in the near future for this coming year.
All right. That does sound good. And the buses are what run still a little over 100,000.
Right, 100,000 is a good average number. It's right around there usually.
Okay, and then that much off, that'd be great. All right. Anyone have any other questions or feel comfortable with it? Not hearing anything, do have a recommendation from you, Mr. Burrow?
I recommend we take the grant memorandum agreement for the clean diesel grant.
All right. Hearing that, do I hear a motion?
Motion to take
All
the
right.
green.
All right,
Second.
Mr. Bumpus, second by Mr. Burrow. Thank you, thank you. All right, all in favor say yes.
Yes. Yes.
Opposed? All right. Yes is 5-0. All right, consider approval of 2021 motor vehicle and watercraft tax rate.
Mr. Stokes?
Thank you, Mr. Superintendent, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. We would like to recommend a motor vehicle and watercraft property tax rate of 51.5 cents per $100 assessed value. That is the same rate that we have had in place for at least 15 years. So it's not an increase.
Alrighty. I guess no increase. That's good.
Yes, sir.
All right. If no one has any more information on that or needs any more information, I'll ask Mr. Burrow to make a recommendation.
I recommend we approve the 2020-21 motor vehicle and watercraft tax rate at 51.5.
All right. Thank you. All right. Have one entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion, Mrs. Sutton.
Okay. I think Mr. Howard beat you just a second, Miss Sutton.
That's fine. I don't care.
Mr. Howard. Okay. Now second.
I'll second.
All right, Miss Sutton. Thank you. All right. All in favor say yes.
Yeah.
Opposed? No. All right. 5-0. Now then, consider approval of property tax rate for 2020-21.
Thank you again, Mr. Chairman, Mr. Superintendent, members of the board. We would like to recommend for the 2021 school year a property tax rate of 57.8. That is our compensating rate plus our exonerations. And that is, after talking with Mr. Burrow and looking at our assessment, it's going to bring us in the same, approximately the same amount of money that we were compensated for last year. And because we've used a good portion of this CARES money to bridge our budget this year, we feel like that this will be, we can be responsible to our taxpayers and lower our tax rate. It was 57.9, so it's not a whole lot lower, but it is lower. It was 57.9 last year.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Everyone be tickled that at least it isn't going up. Went down
Yes,
a little bit. All right. No other discussion on that. Do you hear a recommendation, Mr. Burrow?
I always like recommending we lower some taxes and still help the county. So I'm going to recommend we take the compensated rate plus exonerations at 57.8, and they'll be lower than last year's taxes for the property owners.
All right. Thank you. You hear the recommendation? Do you hear a motion?
Motion.
Okay, Ms. Bumpus, thank you. Second?
Second.
All right, Mr. Howard, thank you. All right, all signify by saying yes.
Yes.
Opposed? No? All right. Yeses have it. And now then, treasurer's report, Mr. Stokes.
Thank you again, Mr. Chairman, Mr. Superintendent, members of the board. For the month of July, our revenues totaled $5,757,435.81. No, I read that wrong. I'm sorry. Excuse me. That's our balance after revenues. Our revenues were $918,018.17. Our expenditures, $569,528.60. That left us with a closing balance of $5,187,907.21. Our general fund and payroll checking accounts totaled $3,859,384.84. Our special revenue fund balance, which is our grants, $25,538.20. Our district activity funds have a balance of $29,745.75. Our capital outlay fund has a balance of $338,372.76. Our FSPK, we did get our first half of the deposit for the year in July. We've already spent $50,000 of it on a bond payment. but our balance for the end of the month was $94,662.98. And as you'll remember, our construction fund has a negative balance due to the fact that we started the HVAC at Calhoun and paused because of the pandemic. So it's negative $28,339.08. Food service has a balance of $94,844.03. After school has a balance of $9,525.65. Community ed has a balance of $1,116.63. And our trust and agency funds have a balance of $763,055.45. And again, that balance comes to $5,187,907.21. So if you scroll down to the next page, this is our Fund 1 monthly report. And I know you've heard me say this before, but in July, most of our revenues are actually still coming in for last fiscal year. So I'll be moving these revenues back in accordance to our accounting procedures and our audit. But one thing I did want to point out is on SEEK, if you look at the third column, budget, and it is about halfway down the page. Right there, 5.74 million budgeted in SEEK. So I just wanted to keep the board aware. We're taking the 18-19 SEEK data for revenues, minus they do still go ahead and change your add-ons, which would be for your high risk or moderate, severe special needs. Last year we received $5,840,000 in SEEK in 2020, and then in 2019, and just to remind you, we did receive 6.2 million. So we're budgeting about $500,000 in SEEK less than we did 2 years ago. I know that's not exciting or great news to point out, but I also want to make sure that you're all completely aware that our, as we've stated over the last 2 or 3 years, our SEEK budget is declining. So again, I want to be thankful for the CARES Act that helped us provide the same services this year that we did last year, so that we could then recommend a compensating tax rate this year. And that's really the only July news that we have going on, but I'll be happy to answer any questions about this report or anything else.
Not a lot of activity going on in some ways, so
Not in July.
no.
In other ways, it's every day.
Yes, right. All right, Mr. Burrow.
I recommend we approve the treasurer report as Mr. Stokes presented.
All right, heard the recommendation. Do I have a second, a motion on that?
Motion.
All right, Mr. Howard, thank you very much. Second, who was that?
Riggs.
Mr. Riggs. All right, thank you. All right, do all in favor say yes?
Yeah.
Yes.
And opposed? No? All righty, that's all of that.
Thank you for your time.
And thank you. Thank you. We appreciate it. Thanks for what all of you do. Personnel reports, I think we have those, and the bank reports, etc. Mr. Burrow, we'll be going over the review with data security best practices. Mr. Bowman going to be doing that for us today, or?
I just think I think he'll be here in just a second. I think it's something he has to inform the board every year. But I'll wait till if he comes back on.
Okay, does anyone have any?
He shared with you on the luncheon.
Does anyone have any comments to make or anything?
No, I'm good.
Just want to say that our kiddos start back to school on Wednesday. and we'll have opening day breakfast at each school for our teachers and staff and administrators. And we've been sending out a video of awards and everything, Employee of the Year awards, and hopefully, and I just pray that we have a safe year and everybody stay safe and a good year. And we're going to move forward and we're going to educate our kids like I know this district will at all times. That's why our theme this year is no excuses. We're going to do what it takes for our kids. So that's where we are on opening day, and that's what we're going to be doing.
Thank you.
Let me see if y'all waiting on Jason. Let me see if I can
Yes.
I'm sorry. I'm
there you go.
in my office now.
That's fine.
The data
Thank you.
breach, you want to share with them again?
The data, review the data and security breach
Yes.
practices. I've just got to make you all aware that we do follow the KDE recommendations, and I have attached the policy to the meeting today. So at your leisure, you can look over that, but it's just informational only that we do follow KDE's best practices.
All right. Thank you. You always do good work anyway and take care of us. So we appreciate that. Running around here trying to keep us going. Any questions for Mr. Bowman? Thank you, Mr. Bowman. If no one has anything else, Mr. Burrow, if you don't have anything else, do you? Or
Nope.
all righty. Well, do I hear someone wish to make a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
All right, Ms. Bumpus, thank you. As a second?
I'll second. Miss Sutton.
All right, Ms. Sutton. Okay, all in favor say yes.
Yes.
Yes. No opposed, no nays. Thank you very much.
All right.
Meeting adjourned.
See y'all.